Hello, hello, welcome and welcome back to T is for Temidayo. It is 11:38 p.m. Today is Wednesday, February 25th, 2026. Happy Black History Month. It is day 78 of 365 days of tea for me. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm fairly certain we are done. We are done with both bottles. As you know, we kissed bottle number one, my very first bottle of testosterone gel, goodbye. And now we are making sure, I can even feel it, it's so empty. We are making sure that bottle number, oh my God, bottle number two is also just as empty before there we go. Also just as empty before moving on to bottle number three. So, without further ado, let's see what bottle number two is giving. Okay, so I guess this is done. Oh, that's as much as it had to give. That little squirt. Okay, so then, thank you, bottle number two. Thank you, bottle number two. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. That means we are fully and completely moving on. We're moving on. Moving on up, moving forward. Ascending, if you will. That means we're officially, oh my God, my sweet, my baby. We are officially only going to be opening up bottle number three, probably for the next like 28 days or something. Because I have already done a couple of pumps from this to supplement the other ones, but now we will be doing all pumps from bottle number, oh my God, from bottle number three. Testosterone gel 1.62%. Here we go. 2 full pumps, because this is nothing. Here we go. Pump number one. Pump number two. Beautiful. Our good juice right there. Yesterday we did our hamstrings. I think the days before that we did our quads. No, our glutes. So we can do our calves, our shins, our quads, our low back, and our stomach. So we'll do I feel like we don't do our calves very much or our shins very much. So we'll do those today and tomorrow. Starting with the shins. Starting with the calves, which is the back of the lower leg for me. Just in case I forget what a calf is. Just rubbing it in and then patting it down so that I don't start rubbing it off once it's the first, little bits are starting to dry. Sometimes if I keep rubbing, it'll essentially start to like peel away and create like little beads of the gel once they've dried. I don't want that to happen, so we are just going to pat, get into the nooks and the crannies, make sure that was all there. We're good to go. Okay. So, yesterday we started chatting about, we continued our ever present conversation with the tea gel instructions manual. So we will continue on. And I just want to say this out loud. I know we've been at this for a while. I know this manual feels like it's never ending. I promise you, it is not. We are making our way through. We are actually, because of all of the references that keep happening, the cross references that are happening inside of the instructions manual, we are actually almost done with its entire first page. Yesterday, we ended at section 5.16, flammability, which means we are moving on to section 6. And just to recount, this page ends, the last part at the bottom is section 12. So we're technically halfway through this document, plus all of this cross references that we've made in the past couple of readings as well. So let us continue with a little bit of motivation. Section 6, adverse reactions. And again, we have read parts of this, so I will be skipping over those parts. All of the videos that I have in this sort of T-Gel instruction manual series will be linked in the description box, so you can watch all of them in a row. Because I don't do them every day because it starts to feel like I need other things to do. But yes, here we go. Section 6, adverse reactions. Here we go. And it reads, 6.1, clinical trial experience. Because clinical trials are conducted under widely varying conditions, adverse reaction rates observed in clinical trials of a drug cannot be directly compared to the rates in the clinical trials of another drug and may not reflect the rates observed in practice. Again, they're saying give grace because these trials are not perfect. Testosterone gel 1.62% was evaluated in 2-phase 364-day. Okay, see, we've read this. And I know that because I can tell what they're about to say. That they had a bunch of men, many of whom were doing a bunch of different things. Moving on. And it says see clinical studies 14.1, which again, we have read. Moving on to the next paragraph. The most common adverse reaction reported in the double-blind period was increased prostate-specific antigen, reported in 26 testosterone gel 1.62% treated patients, aka 11.1% of the population. In 17 patients, and again, the population is 234. Cis men. In 17 patients, increased PSA, prostate-specific antigen, was considered an adverse reaction by meeting one of the two pre-specified criteria for abnormal PSA values, defined as 1, average serum PSA greater than 4 ng/ml based on 2 separate determinations, or 2, an average change from baseline in serum PSA of greater than 0.75 ng/ml on 2 determinations. And again, we've seen this before. Open label period. Table 4. We went to table 4. And table 4 shows these adverse reactions. Table 4 right there. This is table 4 right here. And this reads, adverse reactions reported in greater than 2% of the patients in the 182-day double-blind period of testosterone gel 1.62% clinical trial. And it says, number of patients, number/percent of patients, adverse reaction, testosterone gel 1.62% with a population of 234, and a placebo population of 40 people. The PSA increased 11.1%, emotional lability increased 2.6%, or showed up rather 2.6% of the population, 6 people. PSA increased, showed in 26 people. Hypertension showed in 5 people. Hematocrit or hemoglobin increased in 5 people. And then contact dermatitis showed itself in 5 people. And so PSA increase includes what we mentioned down below. Emotional lability includes mood swings, affective disorder, impatience, anger, and or aggression. And remember, I was a part of the population who heard like, oh my gosh, you're gonna get on T, you're gonna get angry. If you watched anything similar to like the L Word 1.0, where they had that incredible trans storyline that was, I mean, so brutally done by production, and they've since been like, actually, that was wild. But I remember them showing like this character just like throwing tables and like lashing out at people and me thinking like, is that really what happens when people get on T? Child, no, that's already been disproven. That like actually what happens with testosterone, and I'm gonna see if I can find the video that reported this, but they're like, what testosterone is doing is increasing onto the emotions you already have. So if you're someone who is naturally already prone to anger, it's just going to reveal more of what you already were doing. If you're someone who, like me, I'm like, I can cry at the drop of a hat. I see something incredibly sentimental online, I'm probably sobbing. Or, my partner says something incredibly beautiful to me, I'm going to probably be crying. And instead of me being like, oh, I'm gonna get on tea, I'm out of a soul, and I'm never gonna cry again. Child, I'm crying. I'm still crying. I'm still crying, and sometimes I'm crying more. So I'm really glad that that's been disproven, because I know it becomes a barrier for so many people, and it becomes an excuse for a lot of people who have testosterone to be like, oh, I'm just gonna be mean and angry. No, you just wanted to be mean and angry, and this gave you an invitation to have that. So that's on you. Moving on. Last thing, contact dermatitis includes for patients with dermatitis at non-application sites. So this is folks who are rubbing it, on their shoulders or on their abdomen, because that's mostly where they advise people to do it back in the day, probably when the study was done. And they showed maybe you just have like some acne or something like that. Which, again, we all know the acne is real. The acne is happening. I'm fighting it tooth and nail with a very thorough skincare routine, but some of these things break through. And that's all we're going to do for today. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. T is for Temidayo. Tune in for another day of 365 days of tea for me. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you. Bye.